John F. Kennedy was only 46 years old when he was tragically shot by Lee Harvey Oswald while traveling in a presidential motorcade. Today, we're standing in Oswald's bedroom, a set that has never ever left the Ripley's warehouse. Surrounding me right now is the bedroom set of JFK assassin Lee Harvey Oswald. His dresser, the mirror he looked in daily, desk lamp, even a wire garbage can. But what I find incredibly eerie is right here. His bed, complete with the original mattress and box spring. Oswald resided at 621 North Marcellus Avenue in Dallas, Texas, renting a room from Mary Bledsoe for a short amount of time. Very short. He moved in on November 7th, but Mary felt that there was something off about Oswald and asked him to move out just 1 week later. In a strange coincidence, Mary didn't see Oswald for about a month and a half. On November 22nd, the day of the assassination, stating that he seemed a little startled, excited, and nervous. It's chilling to think that this is where much of Oswald's plan would have been devised. We purchased this set from St. Augustine, Florida's Tragedy and U.S. History Museum after they closed their doors in 1998. Ironically, the museum's owner got the idea to open such a dark museum after watching the sensational TV news reports surrounding Kennedy's assassination. The museum had quite a few cars on display. There was Bonnie and Clyde's death car, riddled with 137 bullet holes, the Buick Electra in which Jane Mansfield perished, as well as the white Lincoln Continental used by President Kennedy just hours before he was shot in Dallas. We had our eyes on another vehicle though, the one that transported Oswald to the scene of the crime. We acquired it, and that furniture was an added bonus. Wesley Frazier was the car's owner and the gentleman who unknowingly drove Oswald to JFK's demise. Frazier and Oswald worked together at the Texas School Book Depository and often commuted together. Oswald lived in Dallas, but his wife and kids resided in Irving, Texas. Conveniently, Frazier lived in Irving and would drive Oswald to his wife's place every Friday evening and back to work each Monday morning. The week Oswald assassinated JFK, he asked Frazier to take him back to Irving on Thursday evening to pick up curtain rods to hang in his apartment window. The box Oswald transported from Irving back to Dallas in the backseat of Frazier's car clearly wasn't curtain rods, but instead the rifle used to take out the President of the United States. Frazier had no idea, was mortified, and sold his car for just $10. Lee Harvey Oswald was born October 18, 1939 in New Orleans, Louisiana. He served in the U.S. Marines, but later defected to the Soviet Union in 1959, living in the Belarusian city of Minsk before returning to the U.S. Oswald was initially arrested for the murder of a police officer just 45 minutes after Kennedy was shot, and was later charged with Kennedy's assassination, although he maintained his innocence. Just 2 days later, Oswald was shot and killed by Jack Ruby while being transported by police. Oswald never made it to trial. In spite of multiple sources proving Oswald acted alone, many don't think that was the case. Now let's talk some theories. First, someone claiming to be LBJ's mistress said he insinuated to her the night before that he was planning on having Kennedy assassinated. Then there's the thought that JFK was going to pull troops out of Vietnam, but the military actually wanted more men on the ground there. And finally, allegedly, Kennedy was fed up with the CIA efforts to kill Castro, among other issues, so the CIA was worried that they'd be disbanded by the president. Therefore, he had to go. Now, this theory may be the strongest. The former head of the CIA, Allen Dulles, was a member of the Warren Commission, which was the LBJ-appointed panel that led the Kennedy investigation. It was the Warren Commission that said Oswald acted alone. Thanks for watching. Don't forget that you can submit your bions online at ripleys.com. We're always searching for some amazing artifacts and looking for the next unbelievable story. Till next week, let us know what you want to see next in the comments below and give us a quick thumbs up if you liked this week's video. See you guys later.